Okay, so this time we've got Jay Whitehouse, who's sort of battling his way back from an injury. So, Jay, we're going to start off with some quick fire questions for you first, and then we'll have a little chat about your troubles, if that's all right with you.
Yeah, fine.
Right, so obviously no one's really seen you play. Not obviously this time around anyway. So what position do you play?
Cover all sorts, but mostly striker or just in behind the striker cam.
Cool. And then what team do you support?
United. Few people are going to hate me.
Oh yeah, there's not many in the squad that are United fans.
No, there's not. They're all Liverpool.
That's it,
not good. Or Everton. Yeah.
Best player that you've ever played with?
Ooh.
I bet you've had some good ones at Rhyl before now.
Yeah, with. Oh God, that's hard. Oh, that's a tough one. That. In terms of ability and someone that I thought was like made a difference in the game, I'd say Alan Webb. I think he's gone to America now. He went to Llanino, and then I heard nothing off that after that. But he was different gravy. I remember I played against him in a trial game up in Wrexham, and funny enough, I was playing left back and he was right wing, and I thought, oh, go on, I can have you. And then like literally first ball over the top, I was like, oh my God, he honestly smoked me. He smoked me like, and I was like, I'm not playing again. But no, he was, in terms of ability and someone that I thought would make a difference in a game, he'd probably be up there, definitely.
Yeah, he has travelled about a bit, hasn't he, as well? I'm surprised he got a break, to be honest, because he always struck me. I think we played somewhere. Yeah, I seen it come up on Twitter the other day. We played Carnarvon and we lost 3-2 in the Welsh Cup game. And he scored a goal early on, and it was like that. Just ball went over the top, and he was that quick. There was no. The best player that you've played against?
Can't
say the same player either.
No, I'm going to say Rhys Healy. He's playing for Toulouse now. I think it is in France. Yeah, France. I think he's playing. I remember my first game. I mean, it was only under 19s level, but the first game we played against him, I think he scored a hat trick and he scored an overhead kick, and it's like he didn't even faze him. He literally went up in the air, scored the overhead kick, and walked off. And I was thinking, what's he just done? But yeah, he was. You could tell he's the next level, and it's proved it. He went to Cardiff from there, and then he's now in France. So 100% him.
He was as well, didn't he? I think.
Oh, sorry, yeah. After Cardiff, he went there.
I have to say, I didn't know he was in France. I must admit. Your favourite ever player?
Gonna have to be. Well, he's still playing now. It's gonna have to be Cristiano Ronaldo. He's just born and bred winner, and it makes you want to be like him, because he just never stops until he wins it all, and says it all now. He's played in 3-4 different leagues, and it's just like, imagine being like that. Like, some people are gifted it, but him, he's worked for everything he's got. So definitely him.
Is hearing like players like Ibrahimovic, and you think, my God, they're still going. They're still going.
Yeah, and
and they're not young.
They're winners, yeah, well, exactly. What is he pushing 40 nearly? Mad.
I think Ibrahimovic is 40. Yeah.
Yeah, well, exactly. But yeah, Ronaldo, 100%.
Definitely. Best manager that you've played under, excluding Perry?
Yeah.
Have you played under Perry yet?
No, I haven't. I am gonna say Niall, because he just wears his heart on his sleeve, and I think the passion that he gives is just it passes down to you. Okay, when I was younger, I probably didn't take criticism as much as I should have, but now you look back at it and you think, oh, he had to go at me for this, or not so much had to go, but you know what I mean? Like, he drilled me because of that, and it makes you become a better player, and you just don't notice it until you get to the later stages of playing or growing up a little bit. You see stuff like that, and you think, wow, he was right. Like, he was right in why I was doing that, or why I didn't do that. So 100% now, he puts his heart on his sleeve, definitely.
Yeah, 100%. Your favourite ground that you've played at?
It's gonna have to be Rhyl. It's gonna have to be. It's. I remember playing against Liverpool in front of, I think it was like 2,000. It was just unbelievable. Like, the whole ground was packed. It was amazing. Like, honestly, and it's home, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Like, okay, I'm not from Rhyl. I'm originally from Birmingham, but after coming and playing for Rhyl, it's just like it just brings you home. Basically, it's mad.
I think once you see that ground when it's had like 2,000 people in it, that atmosphere is just it's mental. You know, when everyone's being it's phenomenal. Really.
Yeah, 100%.
Your proudest achievement in football?
I'm hard on that. I'll probably say making my debut in Welsh Prem. I was still young, and it was I think it was Carnarvon 5-0. And believe it or not, you'll probably laugh your head off. My first ever game, I'm sure the game got investigated for match fixing, and I was just like, oh great! I swear to God, I'm sure it was 5-0.
Was it Port Talbot? Wasn't it?
That's the one. Yeah, 5-0 at home, and I was thinking, come on, like give me a break. I thought, do you know what I mean? I thought I'd done something, and it got investigated for match fixing. So I was like, oh, I still took it though. But no, that's the proudest moment because like I'd built with, I think I'd started with Strongy, believe it or not, and I was like 16, and like, you know, when you're young, you think, Jesus, these are like, they're the big guns. Like, you know what I mean? You're playing with really good players, and I thought, am I going to get there? Am I going to be like that? And again, I was still young. I probably wasn't the best, but I tried to give it my all, and I got the Welsh Prem debut, so I'll take it. But
and was that under Strongy? Did you say?
No, I think the debut was under Niall. Believe it. Yeah, I think it was Niall and the first game. Yeah, Niall. I played under Strongy, but it was a cup game against Bangor. I think we got tonked something like 2 or 3-0, and I remember giving away a free kick against Sean Edwards on the edge of the box, and he scored, and I was just like, oh no. I was like, I won't mention that debut ever again.
Do you know what? Yeah, Sean's one of them players that has haunted us every time we play.
He's horrible. He's so good. He's so sharp, and you just think, yeah, I'll get you next time, but you don't. You just always give away a foul.
He's very experienced.
Yeah, he's clever.
What would you still like to achieve in football? Obviously, you're still young. You've still got a bit of a challenge to get yourself sort of playing again, really. But what would you like to achieve? What's your ambition in football?
100%. I'm going to say the biggest challenge. I mean, I tried to do it with Rudden last year, and obviously, Rhyl have come in now and want to do the exact same. I want to start from the bottom of a club and get them right to the top, like I did with Rudden for the one season. Okay, we got promoted, we won the league, not in the best of circumstances, but that's what I want to do with Rhyl. I want to go from the bottom right to the top, and hopefully, do you know what I mean, make a name not just for the club but for myself and my teammates. So hopefully, touch wood, when I do come back in a long time, we'll get there, and hopefully they don't do it without me.
What's your biggest achievement in life?
Probably going to sound cringy, but having my twin boys, definitely. They bring you together. Like if you have a bad day, this injury's prime example. They just kept me going, if I'm honest with you. Like, just you come home and you just think, oh, like I've had some days when I think, what's the point? Like, why am I continue with not like going out doing stuff, but why am I here? Basically, I know it sounds bad, but like it proper gets to you. But they've definitely kept me going, 100%. So I'm going to say having the boys.
I suppose, in a sense, your kids are what motivates you to do everything you do, isn't it?
Yeah, everything you do, yeah, definitely. And that's why I stopped playing football when, like, for real, I kind of took a step back just to give all my time for the boys. And like you said, I've still got quite a long time with football myself, but hopefully in like 4 or 5 years to come, I will probably start concentrating on them as well, just to give them the best chances of football, because it's something I've loved all the way through my life, and hopefully they can take it on. It's not looking good at the moment, but hopefully they will. Hopefully they'll start to enjoy it a little bit more.
Brilliant. Your favourite meal?
I'm going to say lasagna, 100%.
Okay, lasagna. For people that don't know you, so what do you do for a living?
I'm a manager in JD Sports.
JD Sports. You get good discounts on
that. 25%. Not the best, like.
It's not bad. It's not bad. Favorite holiday destination?
Greece. I went to Kos, and that's got to be the best. Yeah, it's got to be the best. Greece, 100%.
Brilliant. What do you do to relax?
I was going to say my PlayStation, but that doesn't relax me at all. It stresses me out. Tough one. That I don't really relax.
Do you know
Probably just a bit of downtime with the boys, TV. That's not much of relaxing when you've got kids, as you probably know the same. No. Never relax. And a dog, Jesus, you never relax. 100% never relax.
What have we done? That's that one. I've got one question here, but obviously we'll have a chat about your sort of injuries in a minute. Who was so obviously I know you've been off the pitch for a little while, but who was your standout performer in your real training session? So who in the squad sort of do you look at and you think, well, they're half decent?
Oh, there's a few of them, mate. You put me under pressure here. I'm gonna say youngest, because I feel like they've probably got a lot to give than some of the older ones. I mean, they've, in terms of progression, I'm gonna say Ollie Staveley. He's just an absolute unit, and he's so composed on the ball. And I remember, believe it or not, seeing him as an academy player. I think I coached him a couple of times, because obviously I worked in the academy as an academy player, and you could always see the ability of him, his technique, and he's actually surprised me a lot, considering how mobile he's come, how composed he's come on the ball. He's different gravy. So yeah, I'm going to say Ollie's. He's got a great future. Hopefully, he carries on football.
No, I think there's a fair few Rhyl fans that'll agree
Definitely.
with you. Right. So let's get down to the nitty gritty. Where are you at with your injury? So I suppose not everyone will know. So what happened initially? What was the first thing that happened?
So September, I actually remember the date. September the 1st. I think. Now you've got me going now, is it? No, September we had a training session. We were having it like an in-house 11v11 game. And I remember chasing the ball down. Well, she had the ball. I remember chasing the ball down, and I just planted my leg, and I just heard a massive, enormous crunch. And I even asked the guys after I calmed down and I'd actually got myself sorted, I'd asked the guys if they heard it on the dugouts, and they said, I thought you broke your leg. And that's what I believed. I thought I'd broke my leg. I thought that was, if I'm honest with you, it sounds nasty to say, I wish I had broke my leg. It probably would have been a lot less stressful. But yeah, so I heard a massive crunch. I obviously instantly went down, and then just felt complete utter numbness in my whole entire leg, and I couldn't pinpoint the pain at the start, and I was just like, I don't know where it is. Like I couldn't find where the pain was. But obviously when everything started coming back to me, I could feel my leg was fine, but my knee was just in absolute agony, and I was just like, oh no, please. Like I remember saying to Jordan, who was brilliant, obviously our keeper, but he's also a physio. And I remember saying to him, George, please don't let it be my ACL. Please don't let it be my ACL. So he tested it. Obviously, he was unsure, like everyone was, what it was, because all my tests were coming back okay. Like, obviously, the tests he was doing with my leg was fine. But after that, I knew it wasn't. I kind of had a gut instinct that it wasn't going to be fine. But so I went to A&E that day, and they just said it might have been a twisted ligament. So I was just like, oh, what a relief. So they still x-rayed me, nothing was there. Went home that night, let's say. Knee was like a balloon the day after. But anyway, so the day after that, the hospital called me and said, we think we've missed something on your X-ray. It might be a broken tibia." And I was like, "Well, okay." So obviously, what I first thought of a broken leg, it was looking like that. So went into hospital because they wanted to CT me as well. So I had a CT scan. So I went into hospital. I think it was a week later, maybe. Had a CT scan, and then again they were unsure. They told me it was maybe a broken femur then. So I was like, "Oh God, that's even worse." So I was thinking, "Oh dear." So they sent me to a specialist knee surgeon, who then ordered me to have an MRI scan, and I was like, "Oh no, that's not good." So MRI, MRI scan took another 2, maybe 3 weeks to get. And then I seen the surgeon again, I say surgeon, the consultant again, I think about a week after that. So in total, about 4 weeks after my MRI, I seen him, and he did a few tests on my leg, and I remember him like explaining to me why he's doing these, and he'll explain to me after why he's done them, and I was like, "Oh, this isn't good." So he sat me down. He said, like, "How much does football mean to you?" And I was like, "It means a hell of a lot. Like, it's my life." And he said, "What would you do if I told you you'll never play again?" And I was just like, "Really?" And he was like, "Listen, I'll explain why I've told you that. So your ACL is completely ruptured." And like, my heart just went bang. And I was just like, "No way." Like, it's like something just getting, like, something you love, just, instantly that's a long time. That's like 12 months out of football minimum. That's depending on obviously how long you have your surgery. If you're waiting 6-7 months, that's like 18 months out. So I was just like, breathe. So anyway, he carried on. He rolled about 5 things off. So I ruptured my ACL. I did fracture my tibia, just the top of my tibia. I ripped my cartilage, my meniscus cartilage. I damaged my PCL, so the one obviously behind your ACL. And I dislocated my kneecap. Obviously, that was the extent of the ACL rupture. But all them 5 things he reeled off to me. I was just, you probably already know, I was just in absolute tears. Like, and it's probably weird for people to like listen and think, "Why would you cry about that?" But like, when you love something so much, and like football's your go-to thing to get away from everything, like it's taken away from you, and like you just think, "Oh, like your head's everywhere. You don't know where you're going to be. You don't know what you're going to do. You don't know how you're going to recover, how you're going to return from it, and you just think, what do I do?" But I kind of got to grips with it and understood what he told me, and what the next stages were. To be fair, he was good with me. The surgeon was really good with me. But then obviously, surgery come about on the 18th of December. So I had my surgery. He told me everything went well. So obviously you believe him. He's a surgeon for a reason. A couple of weeks. I mean, I said a couple of weeks or 2 weeks were horrendous. Like, probably the worst pain I've ever been through my whole entire life, ever. Worse than the injury itself. The surgery was phenomenal pain. It was unbelievable. So I got through it anyway, and I had my stitches out. About a week later after that, I see my surgeon again, and he said they were supposed to X-ray you last week. I think it might have been 2 weeks after that, actually. He said they were supposed to X-ray you when you got your stitches out, but I'll do it now anyway. So he sent me down for an X-ray. He obviously made me wait whilst he reviewed it, and then he brought a nurse into the room, and I instantly knew again that it was bad. And he come in and he said he did all his tests again and tested my new ACL out, and he said, "You might want to come and look at this." So we walked into the other room where he had my leg on screen, my X-rays, and clear as day you could see the screw had come out of the hole that he drilled for my new ACL that was holding it in. It had come out, and it was just hanging there. Literally, my whole screw was just out. So he said, we're gonna have to go inside again, have surgery. and see if we can put the screw back in. So instantly I thought, oh, it's not all bad. It might just be the case of putting a new screw in or putting the old screw back in. But little did I know the whole entire screw had shredded my whole new ACL, which has left me where I am now.
Where does that leave you now then? So obviously a lot's happened. What's the next steps for you? What do you need to do to sort of get your recovery back on track?
So in terms of me, all I can do is rest and heal now. I've got to wait for my bones to where the screw holes were. I've got to wait for them to heal up, all the screw holes from well, I say my new ACL, it's not there anymore, but that ACL has got to have time to all the screws to heal, and then 6 months time, he's going to then try again because the graft he taken was so you've got a patella tendon, the tendon that holds your kneecap and your shin bone together. That's the graft he took from me, but next time he's going to try to do a hamstring graft. So 6 months time from now, hopefully, touch wood, everything heals well. Maybe a little bit soon, I'm not sure. I'll have the surgery again, and then another 12 months down the line. So I'm looking about 18 months before I can even look at doing football again.
Is it 18 months in total or 18 months from now?
Well, just depends how fast I have surgery after 6 months. So it could be 24 months. I really don't know. I really don't know.
Well, fair play to you, mate. You're being brave. I said to you before, I've had a knee operation and I struggled. The recovery was hard work. But then again,
I think it's the emotional side that gets you the most. Like I said, is when you like and love something so much, for it to not just be taken away from you once, but like now it's twice. It's just like proper kick in the nuts. But I suppose injuries are just little setbacks that you've got to try and get through, and hopefully, touch wood, it never goes wrong again. But you just have to wait and see, don't you?
So I suppose it's in your best interest to try and be positive, isn't it? I know it's time now, but I've had too much setback. Like I've worried about it so much before. Like now, like when it first happened, like there's just no point worrying about it anymore. Like you said, then you've got to try and stick to the positive. Otherwise, you'll never get back to where you want to be. And like I've definitely taught myself that if something knocks you back and you think, oh, I'm just going to give up, you'll never get anywhere in life at all. Not just with football or sports or injuries, anything like that. If something knocks you back, you can't just go, oh, fuck it, I'll give up. I'll just do something else, or I'll get on with something else. Like it's just not going to work for you at all. Use that negative maybe as a positive.
Yeah. So
to try and put a positive spin on, isn't
it? Yeah, it's the way.
So obviously one of our last games was Rudlam, wasn't it? And to be fair to the players, they all came together, didn't they, for you, which is quite a nice gesture as well.
Yeah, they raised quite a lot of money for me, and like it was good from both clubs. I'm not sure who organised it again. I think it was the day after my surgery, so I was little aware about it, and I was just massively overwhelmed because obviously just before Christmas I was going off work, was sick, and it was just like, okay, yeah, it wasn't probably it was probably the last thing on my mind, obviously with everything that's going on, but massive help, and I thank absolutely everyone at the club, both clubs, Tony, Adam, Wayne, the manager, Perry, all of them were excellent, and definitely to all the players that contributed. It was a massive help. So to be fair, I didn't get to thank them enough, but here it is now. Thanks to everyone.
You've just done it, haven't you? You've just done it. No, well, thanks very much for having a chat. I suppose next step for us is we'll catch up again in 6 months, isn't it? And see if
hopefully, mate. Hopefully. But no, thanks for doing this, mate. I appreciate that.